Mother, tell us a story.
A story about what?
About us. Our story.
It's all about black love, black crime, blacks love, blacks shine, blacks cry, blacks march, the black story torn all apart, told to us through slavery. Just 10 black leaders so we can see a partial truth, their perspective. The whole black story stays so neglected, untold, unrung, untaught, unsung. Black hoops, black loops, black troops, black roots, black groups, black salute, black stars, black cars, black jokes, black votes, black hope, black's dope. This is the story of our lives. This is our story. This is the story of our lives. This is our story. This is the story of our lives. This is our story. This is our story. This is our story.
Welcome to Black Oustory. I'm here at UCLA. Black Oustory is a philosophical look at the terms black and history. What we're doing is we're looking at black history not just from a political point of view or from a historical point of view. We're looking at black and history from a philosophical point of view. What is history? First, let's start with store. Okay, take a look at to store something, that which is a household camp, stored food, clothing, other necessities collected. These are the words that are we need to focus on. We discuss history. These are the words we need to focus on, okay? Story, I'm just blowing it up for you. Story, okay? Now I want you to see this real quick. This right here, story, a narrative, true or presumed to be true. Relating to important events and celebrity persons or of a more or less important remote past, a historical relation and an anecdote is the name. It don't have to be true, y'all. It's a story. It don't have to be true, presumed to be true. It's a story, okay? Take a look. This is another part. A recital of events that have or alleged to have happened. Alleged to have happened. A series of events that are or might be narrated. That's all a story is. There's no truth in a story. Well, the reason you listen to a story is because you want the meaning of the story. The way ancient Africans used to teach is we used to give stories, and everybody knew the story wasn't true, but what you got out of the story was. Storyteller, one who is accustomed to tell stories or anecdotes in conversation. Tell stories, storyteller. You know, that's what the news is. That's why I bring it up. The news don't say they're telling news anymore. They say we're telling stories. Storyteller, one who is accustomed to telling stories and on conversation, euphemistically, a liar. Come on, y'all. This is the knowledge. This is it. This is the center. This is the foundations of English knowing. Take a look. One whose business it is to recite legendary or romantic stories applied to a writer of stories, okay? Hist. Here's the first part of the word history. Hist, okay, a natural exclamation, more exactly written, enjoining silence, which seems to be suggested by the abrupt stoppage of the sibilant by the mute. Really, see here, ist, st, wist, it's like this. A hist is a silent calling. It's like psst, psst, psst. That's what a hist is. Look at this. A similar sound made to urge a dog or other animal. A similar sound made like, psst, look at this here, hiss the boy, hiss the boy. An exclamation used to incite or urge on. Hissed, hissed. Okay? Look at what hissed is. Hissed. Okay? To summon with the exclamation hissed. To summon in silence or without noise. Hissed, hissed, hissed the boy. Here's history. This was his. I don't have to get into this. I just put it here because when we get into the classroom, we'll talk about our youth are so ingenious that the minute we got history, most of us usually would say that we look at the word when we were young and we say, that's his story. That's your intelligence. That's how fast it is. But I'm backing your intelligence up with real knowledge. You were right. The actual etymology of the story is his story. This is his story. This is his. Okay, and then I go all the way down. We're going to read through all of this. His, obsolete, of be. Okay, his. This is all the other his, highs. Okay, plural. Okay, them, them. Okay, now come over here. History. Okay, now I stop here because this is what history is in the book. A narrative. Story. Of past events, tale, story. A learning, this is the Greek, a learning or knowing by inquiry, an account of one's inquiries, narrative, history, from the Greek, knowing, learned, wise man, judge, to know. History means to know. Now, the reason I point that out is because the etymology of the word history has nothing to do with the recording of the past. You see, they jump. This word history, okay, they're just making it this. A relation of incidents, true or imaginary. Look at that. A relation of it. This is what history actually is. A relation of incidents. In early use, either true or imaginary. Later on, only of those professedly true. A narrative, a tale or story, okay? Nothing in history is true. When you look at the word history, what you're looking at is hist and ori. Hist, we just saw, is only a calling. Hist the boy, and it's what you give to dogs. Come here, come here. The ori is a suffix that applies to this. The ori means the environment of, or the action of. That's what ori is. It's a suffix. The action. So you have laboratory, ori. The ori is speaking to the labra. Crematory. The ori is speaking to the cremation. So this suffix ori is speaking to the hist. So a hist ori is really only the environment or the representation of somebody calling you, like a dog. That's what history is. Now, go even deeper, and I'm paraphrasing because when we get in the classroom, I'm gonna break this even further down. We didn't even get into philosophy yet. This is just etymology, so that your mind can get prepared for what we are going to get into. This will shock a few people as we go down the line here. This is what history is. It's a silent calling. So you have to ask yourself, what are we being called to? When someone says, this is your history, the first thing you should think of is, okay, you calling me to something. What are you calling me to? The history of African Americans begin with slavery. So African American history, then they start teaching you, you came here 1619, Jamestown, Virginia, on a slave ship. That's history. That ain't true. They just calling you back to slavery. Come on back. Come on. The word history has nothing to do with the recording of the past. Remember that. Let's go on. Historical, historian, a writer or author of history. Stop. Author of history? How you an author of history? A writer or author of history. One who produces a work of history in the higher sense. Meaning, I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth here. Okay, a historian got to tell the truth. Okay, now, see, and look at here. I want you to see this too. French, historien, Old French, okay, from Latin, historia, and we're going to look at that too, okay? Now, chronicle of events from, okay, that's it. So one who relates narratives, storyteller. One who, now what did they say a storyteller was? They said a storyteller is a liar. I just showed you. The storyteller is a liar. Okay, that's the second definition of a storyteller. Look what they say down here. One who relates a narrative or a tale, a storyteller. Okay, they're telling you right up. If you really want to get to the scholarship, we lying. Back to the American Heritage Dictionary. Why? Because here, take a look at the word high. I just go over this. High means hey, greeting. So even if we go, it's a high story, it's a greeting to a lie. Here is histo. This is all the ways in which you can look at this word. Okay, this is all the ways you can look at history. None of them apply to the recording of the past. Histo. Hist. We just saw hist. Here is body tissue. Histogenous. Greek. Histo. Web. Okay? That's what histo is, or hist, a web. This is more medical terminology. They give you the chemistry, this kind of stuff like that, right? Now, I want you to take a look here. This was the ori here. We just want of, relating, characterized by. That's what ori means. Of, related to, characterized by. A place or thing used for or connection with. And then there's crematory. Just as an example, ori, Old French, okay? We just went over that. Ori only means, it only relates to the other word. It's a characterized, it's related to, this kind of thing. And I go deeper into this later on. This guy here, I'm not gonna discuss him right now, but this is King Osceola. This portrait was made obviously by George Catlin. He was captured at Fort Moultrie in Texas. He was captured, and when they show this picture, there's a book called The Black Indians. And in this book, Black Indians, he talks about this particular picture. And he says that when they painted this picture of Osceola, they should have painted the 55 African warriors that walked with him. They only show you this picture of a Native American like this. But what they never showed was he always walked with 55 big-lipped, dark-skinned, kinky-haired Africans. Him. They'll never show you that because those are the people they robbed. So you're never going to see his crew. You're only going to see him. Here's Black Indians. Take a look. These are brothers too, by the way. They're brothers. Same mother. Take a look. Look at him. Look at him. At one time, we were the same people. Webster's New Collegiate Dictionary, this is where we get into the word nigger. It's all good. You guys can see this, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a little richer, but the light is hitting it. But it'll do the trick. Boom. Now this dude right here is called the Black Man. I'm just going to go over real quick because last Wednesday we went over this. And what did we go over? We said that in a colonial society, this is the victim. And I want to point you to the hair, to the afro, okay? Dark skin, afro. This is the victim. This is who you're never going to see in American history, African American history. We're not talking about this dude. What is his name? His name is Nigger. Yeah, that's what his name is in history. Not a racial epithet. No, we're at UCLA today. We're going to talk scholarship. This right here is the compact edition of the Oxford English Dictionary. Like last time, we spoke about this as well. We spoke about Sabir Bed. We spoke about this on Wednesday because if you want to look at words, which is what we're doing, we're looking at words to find our ancestry accurately. And remember what I just told you, the way you see your ancestry is not through a face, but through the effects of their being. They existed and had effects. These colonists didn't make no chairs. They didn't make no tables. They didn't have the knowledge. They didn't grow no rice. They didn't grow no corn. They didn't grow no wheat, not even tobacco. These are all stolen industries from your ancestors that they took over. So when we say we're looking for our ancestors, most African Americans are looking at, Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, the standards. We're going to look here. This English language is the reason why we can't see our people. The English are the direct enemies of your ancestors. I say that respectfully. I love England. I love Britain, and I'm not just saying that. Britain's a great place to be. I'm saying nothing about Britain today. Britain is. You should go visit Britain. In fact, go to Liverpool and see the International Slavery Museum. That's off the chain. Literally, they are off the chain. Go to Liverpool. But I say this to say that even they will tell you, they're at Liverpool, they will tell you they're at the British Library and the British Museum and the VA Museum, the Victoria and Albert Museum. They will tell you, well, here's what we did. Boom. Last time we spoke, we said, where's the African in the Oxford English Dictionary? Excuse me. When you go to the Oxford English Dictionary, the word African is not in it. Brother. The word Africa is not in it. And I want you to slow down for a minute. I want you to take this in. This is the foundation of us right here. This is why we can't see ourselves speaking this language. When you go to the foundations of English language, we are not in the book. Americans in the book, Asians in the book, European is in the book. African is not in the book. Now, you can see now, of course, like I said on Wednesday, what they did was when this book came out at the end, actually the top of the 20th century, because they had various versions of it. It started in the 1800s, and then they took them a minute to get all of this information about English language together. They put this book out at the top of the 20th century, and it was such an uproar in the African community. They said, how African is not in this book? You have every word in the English language in this book, and you ain't got Africa? I mean, you don't have African? So Oxford English responded, and in 1933, they put out this, a new English dictionary supplement, which is found at the back of the Oxford English Dictionary. At the back of the Oxford English Dictionary, I mean after Z, you get this. Now, here is African, like you pointed out, here's African, okay, of pertaining to Africa, continent, or the ancient Roman province province of that name, occurring in some specific plants and so on. Be a native of Africa, an African what? Negro. Not African American. African. Not even African, thank you. What I want you to see here is this term. Okay? African American, the term African American only became popular in the 1980s. We were using the term earlier than that, even far back as the 1800s, we were using the term African American and Afro American. But it only became but it only became but it only became popular in the 1980s, African American. So technically, if you say, I'm looking for African American history from a scholarly point of view, you're only going back to 1980, period. You say, okay, I want to get a little deeper with it. I'm gonna study black history. You only going back to the 1960s. Negro history, by the way. This goes back 7 million years. Swallow that for a minute. 7 million years. This is in effect right here. Negro. And I'm going to break that word down for you real quick so that you can have it. Here's the black man. Okay? Look at this. We saw this last week, right? A man having a very dark skin, having black or very dark skin. What's the second one?
Evil.
The evil one. The what? Devil. That's what we are, y'all. Black, the black man. Maybe not the black woman. All right, let me exempt you from that. The term scholarly is black man, but you know who they talking about. They're talking about all of us. A man having a black or very dark skin, here too. An evil spirit, also the evil one, the devil. Also a fictitious spirit or bogey invoked in order to terrify children. Eat your greens, I'm gonna get the black man after you. And that's down here. See, that's what I love about the Oxford English. Even though my people ain't in the book, other than like this, the devils and demons, you can still look at where the word looking from 1591, okay? Black man. Okay, they're using the term here. This is Old English too, by the way. I ain't even gonna try to deal with this. Let's come down here though, where we can read, okay? Look, very common. Look at the word, very common. Okay, common. Okay, let me come up here real quick. Look at this. Black man, a terrible object. A bogey, a nursery terror. A nursery terror. So look at this. Young white children are being trained. Okay, come on now. Trained. This is, look, a nursery terror. They say very common. Now you be good children, else the black man will come down the chimney after you. That's what it means, out of here. It means after you. The black man coming after you. Now you imagine teaching children this. Generation after generation after generation. What do you think what do you expect? The word is not racism, the word is ignorance. We chasing after racism, that's why it can't be defeated. It's not racist, it's ignorant. Look, they're being trained this way. Look at the black man, look at the evil spirit, and look who's getting it. Here's a black man. This is an Angolan, an early picture of an Angolan. That's how he used to be running around. This is the Angolan dude running around, him. Okay, look at the hair, look at his face. This is the one you are never, ever going to see in any colonial history. This is the dude they don't want you to see. Look at the definition of white man, same book. White man, a man clothed in white, period. A man belonging to a race having naturally light-colored skin or complexion, chiefly applied to those of European extraction. See white, we'll get to that, right? But here's the big B. Originally, U.S. slang. A man of honorable character, such as one associates with a European, as distinguished from a Negro. Wow. Place your eyes on it, please. I just leave it up there for, just take it in real quick, just take it in. Okay, just take it in. Here's the definition of the black man. Okay, ooh, yes, hold up, let me get you with that. See that picture I had up there? Let me hit you with that, look at the black man. The devil, okay? Okay, that's the black man. Now, come on down here, look at the white man. You are white, what makes you a white man is that you don't associate with Negroes. So all these white people associating with these Negroes, they not white. According to English. You associate with a black man, black woman, you forfeit your whiteness. Come on now, this is the Oxford English Dictionary. It's still sold today too, by the way. These definitions are today. Okay? Take a look at it. Now, so what you look at the word Negro too, by the way. They didn't say black, they didn't say African American. Look at him. Okay, Negro. This is who they don't want you to know. Come on, look at him. That's the white man right there. And that ain't even a white man. That's actually a Christian. But the ones who told all the other people that they were white people were them. This is where we get it from, right here. We're right here. Now, Christianity, of course, is not about him. He's posing as a Christian. Because Christianity would never enslave people. True Christians are about love, peace, unity. This is Christianity. This is the Christ. This is a criminal posing as the Christ. That's his victim. The real Christ. Look, take a look. Here's him. This is our character of the black man. He's one of the earliest characters. He's the devil. See him? The devil, black skin, devil. He got the stick in his gut, right? Holding the good book. He's above this dude. Killing the devil. This is your ancestors down here being depicted as animals and demons and goblins. This is why we can't seem to get our history. Because the minute you say, I'm gonna look for my history, they're gonna say, in your own word, in this English language, you're gonna say, I'm looking for God. I know my history's connected with God. And then somebody else comes along and says, no, your history's connected with the devil. And you say, man, get out of my face with that. My history ain't connected with no devil. You lost your history. Listen to what I'm saying to you. They say devil. You go, ah! That's not philosophy. I will give everybody else a chance, meaning every other profession, science, religion, that you all could feel bad about somebody calling you a devil, but not a philosopher. Philosopher says, well, if my ancestors is the devil, let's go see what the devil is. Let's go see what the devil really is. I don't want to take your opinion of the devil. Let me see what the devil really is. And when I really look at it, it's my father you're talking about. That's my mother you're talking about. Oh, so you call it the devil. But if I peel into what a devil is, it's going to be my African kingship. There's the African. There's the African. This is a thing to hold. I think you burn incense at the top with that, but I want you to see the face. This is who you're never going to see. These are the kings. These are called the Nagas, King of Kings, Lord of Lords. The first kings out of Ethiopia. The first sign, the first idea of divinity. Ethiopia. That's why the Negus is called the King of Kings. The Lord of Lords. Because the Negus is the one that makes a king. The king of a king. I am the King of Kings. The Lord of Lords. And the Negus was originally that. That was applied to the Christ. They called Jesus King of King of King, Lord of Lords. And he was. Take a look. You ain't never seen, look at his lips. Look at this dude. These used to be real people, y'all, walking around. Look, these are our ancestors. Take a look at the hair. I want you to see the hair. Okay, look at the hair. Okay, this is who you never gonna see. Go back to the Oxford. Primitive. When somebody say you're primitive, what do they mean? Well, first, all or belonging to the first stage, period, or stage, pertaining to early times, earliest, original, early, ancient. That's it. Now, why do I say that's it? Because today, if somebody said, oh, that's primitive, you get upset. You're a primitive. Don't call me no primitive. This is how they're doing us. Don't look over there. That's where the devil is. The boogeyman, remember? So you don't look for your culture because they labeled it the devil. So you, being a righteous person, I'm not going with no devil. And there you lose your culture. The devil is your ancestors in their words. Here's primitive. What does primitive mean? The first! The first! That's all primitive means. The word comes from the word prime, first. Now the one who is first is the victim of the colonists. That's why the colonists don't want you to see who's first. That's why metaphysics is important, because it's first causes. That's why we approach in our history as philosophers, not as historians. Here the philosophy tell show you, you want to be a primitive. This is what you want. Somebody say, you primitive. You say, thank you very much for restoring my sovereignty. Thank you. I am a primitive. Applied to behavior. That is how you do. Applied to behavior or mental process that apparently originate in unconscious needs or desires and have not been affected by objective logical reasoning. We're going to get into that next week. This is the basis of all Western knowledge, to be objective. Learn but don't do. Read but never become. That's the basis. But they say that's wrong. You better be objective. They don't want subjective, unconsciousness. This is the seat of immortality, to be unconscious, to be conscious of your unconscious self. This is what the ancient Egyptians mastered, the Mayans mastered this right there, how to use your unconscious state. They say that's evil. They say that's primitive. Look down here. Having the quality or style of that which is early or ancient. Early or ancient. Okay? Now they bring it down here. Conform to the pattern of early church. Now the church come in. Come on now. Also, now look at the church. Okay. Simple, rude, rough, like that of early times. Now look at this. When the church gets involved, the first person, the original man and woman, becomes the criminal. They become what you don't want to be. And every time we look at the first, you're going to see the word nigga applied to it. Every time we look at the first, you're going to see nigga, devil, savage, primitive. Matter of fact, savage. Woodland. This is why people were, y'all. We was in the rainforest, chilling. Our people knew every herb, root, tree, bark in the rainforest. Could you imagine? Could you imagine sitting next to a person that knew every single herb for 100,000 miles? Like, even outside of their own, like, they don't even have to be where their knowledge is. Did you hear what I said? They could look at one tree and the fractal mathematics of the tree would tell them the map of the whole forest. We lost that knowledge. Trees are cut down now. Rainforest disappearing now. We was in the rainforest. We were the protectors of the rainforest. That's why we were also invaded, because they didn't want us. They wanted to control nature. We are the guardians of nature itself. We are natural people. We are the primitive. So once you get rid of nature's guards, now you can take the oil, the gold, the resources. We fought, but they were more bent on killing than we were. Go back to what civilization is. Our parents said we will never kill another man like that. There's no reason. You didn't attack me. Why should I kill you? The philosophers even went further and said, even if you attack me, I'm still holding on to the Christ. See, we don't think like that no more. You punch me in my face, I'm damn sure punching you in yours. No, the original philosophy was, no, punch me in my face, I'll give you the other cheek too. Latin, okay? Silvatius. Latin, also with Darrow, right? Woodland, wild. From silva, which also in Spanish and French was an old word for slave. Okay? Silva. Wood, forest, sylvan. Okay? That's all this word means. That is in a state of nature. Wild. And of animals, wild, undomesticated. That's for animals. Humans? Take a look. What is a savage? Somebody living in the woods. That's it. All this other stuff, is white colonial racism against the savage. No, you want to be proud to be a savage. You want to be proud to be primitive. Because these are the real owners of the earth. These are the sovereigns. These are the people who had the knowledge to govern the earth. They're now called savages, primitives, and niggas. Take a look. To act the savage, to indulge in cruel or barbarous deeds. See, so right away they call it more savages too. Right? Barbar, savage, okay? And this word goes way back. This word right here goes way back. Barbarous only means those who don't speak Greek or Latin. That's what barbarous meant. To be a barbarian was that you didn't speak the Latin language. You were barbaric. That's what it meant. That's what it meant. You was barbar. That's what you sound like to people in Latin. People speaking Latin. You walk up to you like bar. And that's what they called us. Barbars. Barbar. That's what they called the Berbers. I'll bring that next week. I'll bring it next week. We can walk through it. My point is that the native, another word here, the native, one born in bondage. So just take that in. Native American. Take it in. Here's native in the English language. Okay, native. First definition, with no cross next to it either. This is right now. One born in bondage. A born thrall, slave, servant, basically. Look at it. Second one. And then they go to astrology, one born under the planet, sign mentioned, the native, this is all other stuff. One born in a place, one connected with a place by birth, whether subsequently resident. Look where this definition is, and look where this one is. This is what we think it is. When we say somebody's native, we say, oh, you born in a place, oh, you connected with the place by birth. You was born here, you were native here. We know what native means. But when you're looking for your people, and you're using words like native, here's what you're saying to the colonists. I'm one born in bondage. Go ahead and lock me up. Native. One of the original or usual inhabitants of a country as distinguished from strangers or foreigners. One belonging to a non-European and imperfectly civilized or savage race. Look at this. Look at it. Look. Okay, look at it. This is the no cross here. Okay, this is not obsolete. Okay, come on down here. What is a savage? And what is he? Okay, take a look. I'll let you soak that in for me. This language we're speaking is enslaving us. Not a whip. Not nothing. The Confederacy kept fighting, and these are their guns. This is their weapon. They're destroying our minds. Native. Okay, I'm gonna speed up because these are the other definitions. You know, I'm in history, so you know other people will be watching this later on, and we're giving you all of it. Here's all of it. Here's now where we get this nigger from. Okay, here it is right here. N-I-G, and look at the cross, okay? We're not using this anymore, but this is the original. Usually when somebody says the word nigger, N-I-G-E-R, they say, oh, that's a corruption of Negro. The Spanish came with Negro, and the English started calling us niggers because they couldn't pronounce Negro. That's all incorrect. The original term, okay? The original term is this. N-I-G-E-R. Obsolete now. Okay? They don't use this, but in 1574 they did. Okay? Latin. Not Spanish. Not Portuguese. Latin. Nigger. That's first. First. Then from the nigger, you get negger and negro. Both of these words come from this word, nigger. Negro's not first. The nigger is first. That's why you can't say the name. Because anybody who is first, anybody who is primitive, savage, or a Moor, they're criminal in this culture. In this culture. Okay? Skin like a nigger. Okay? July Jethro, his nigger was then taken. He said, and here's the first nigga ever. John Langley, a nigga of Jamaica, was baptized. Said, look, this nigga was baptized. He a Christian, y'all. Take a look. Okay, they record. This is history. This is it. Forget. See, this is why we're looking at our history also philosophically, because the philosopher don't care. I want the truth. You can get upset later. you can go back to your thing later. You know, I don't never want to use that word. That's fine. You know, it's cool. But here's a scholarship one, just so you know why you're not using it if you decide not to use the word. Or those that are using the word, let us realize how to use the word. Negrito, a member of a diminutive Negro, that's short, small. Diminutive Negro race existing in the Malayo-Polynesian Polynesian region, especially one of the atolls of the Philippine Islands. My wife and I, we was just there. We was on our way to Australia, and I did an extensive study on the Negritos of the South Pacific. Amazing. These are the pygmies. These are, in Egyptian, it's called the Twa, and Bes, symbolized by the god Bes, which is a monkey. We're going to get into that. Ape, we're going to get into that. Also, because again, the Negro and the nigger, anytime you say Negro, they're trying to get us with that monkey, trying to get us with the ape. And then look down on the ape. How can you look down on the ape? The ape is the most advanced creature in Earth. We see, and this is how they took our culture, again, with the devil, the thing, okay? They said, you an ape. You look like an ape. Then we go, oh, no, I don't want to look like no ape. You just lost your culture. Negro, an individual, especially a male, belonging to the African race of mankind, which is distinguished by a black skin, woolly hair, flat nose, and thick protruding lips. That's a Negro. Okay? Look, they are not accustomed to eat such meats as do the Ethiopians or Negroes. See that word, Ethiopian? This and this are the same. Ethiopian, Negro, same. Okay? Let's go here. Negro, the type of resembling Negroes, having some characteristics, the features of Negroes. We just saw their features. Negroism, advancement of Negro interests and rights. You didn't even know there was a Negroism. And we should be studying anything as this. But anyway, hey, come on, Negro land. Okay, the land or region in Africa inhabited by Negroes, that land don't exist. But it's in, look, this is scholarship too, by the way. This is modern scholarship. I want you to see this bottom part before I go further. Negromancy. Negromancy. Okay? Necromancy. Okay? We're going to do that right now. See, Negrophil? Phil is love. Love for the Negro. Okay? A friend of the Negro. Okay? That's a Negrophile. Okay? Somebody who loves Negroes. I ain't bad at that. And so here's necromancy. I want you to show you this because now we're going to get into who our people were. Our people were psychics, man. Psychics. Our people could talk to the dead. Our people knew the future. This is what they don't want you to see. If you could talk to the dead, they're going to tell you a demon, a witch. You ain't supposed to be talking to the dead people. Ooh, no, that's not it. They called it, our African brothers and sisters, we were so out of reality. Like we had 1 foot in life and 1 foot in death. And we were going back and forth the way you would go to the supermarket. The way you would get on the phone and call your friend, we would call the dead and have conversations with the dead. The English call it necromancy is what it's called today. And what is necromancy? The pretended, see how they do you? The pretended art of revealing future events, etc., by means of communication with the dead. More generally, magic, enchantment, conjuration, necromancy. Okay? Now look over here. Look where the word comes from, necromancy. Necromancy, Spanish, negro, mancia, Italian, negro or negromancia, Latin, negro, manzia, and manzia is from the word mantis. It means divine. Period. Nothing else. Here we are. Latin. Okay? Look, nigromantia. An alteration by association with the Latin nigger. See it? Black. Black art. Okay? So when you hear the word black magic, that's your people. Don't ever let them tell you black magic is evil. Never let them tell you that. You'll lose your culture. Black art of Latin, necromantia. Here's the German, I'm sorry, here's the Greek, that the GR is Greek. Greek, from Greek, necro. This, divination. That's the mantia. Divination, prophecy. Black prophecy. Okay? From necro has been restored after Greek, as in French, necromancy. Necromancy. Okay? This word, necromancia, it's originally nigromancia, the magic of black people. We were talking to the dead, we were healing the sick. The colonists said, that's evil. Stop doing that. Here we go. These are niggers. Take a look. These, by the way, are Fijian people. This is Fiji Islands. These are navigators. They sailing all over the Pacific Ocean with no compass, no GPS. You're not hearing me. You out in the middle of the, see, you got to take cruises more often, y'all, so y'all can really feel it.
On a boat too.
Get on a boat and get out to the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. I mean, we be on some huge cruises in the middle of the Atlantic. I'm still looking like, damn, this boat could be tough, like at any moment. Okay, nature could just be like, you know what, I'm tired of this boat. And it's gone, like gone, okay, gone. And you feel that when you're on the, you feel that when you're out at sea. You respect nature. You ain't out there yelling at nothing. These dudes were out there. Look at them. These are ancient navigators. Well, not ancient. These are modern people. But these are navigators. Look at their hair. Look at their hair. They never going to show you these people. These are geniuses. Look at them. Okay? Look at the jewels he got on. That ain't diamonds. That ain't gold. They know where the gold is, too, by the way. They don't want to wear it. Here it is. Okay? Look what he got on. Little something. Okay? These are bear people. Bare minimum. Okay? No, not materialism and materialism. Nope, sorry. Look at them. These are geniuses. Geniuses. How they travel. Here's the first Christians. I know y'all looking at me like crazy. Like, Chris, what do you mean the first Christians? Here's the first Christians, y'all. Look at the hair. Look, look. Look, see the afro? They're never gonna show you Jesus like that. Oh no, this guy got braids, dreads, something. Okay? Look, see it? Okay, take a look. I can blow it up for you. Okay? Okay? These are the first Christians. These are niggers. In the Bible. Here we go. Now there were in the church that was in Antioch certain prophets and teachers as Barnabas and Simeon that was called nigger. This is in the Bible, Acts 13, if you want to go home and look it up because you can't believe it. Simeon, that was called nigger, and Lucius of Cyrene, and Manaen, which had been brought up with Herod the Tetrarch and Saul. Saul would change his name to Paul, the famous Saint Paul. Before all that, see, this is why we go back to philosophy. Before all of this, the cause of all of this, the first church was at Antioch. All theologians know that. But guess who was in the first church at Antioch? Niggers. Now, how can this word nigger be in the Bible and also be bad? I'll give you some time to get this together in your head because it's shocking, I know. But here's the point. You mean to tell me God is with niggas? And we can't say the word? And the word's in the Bible? No, we're not doing our homework. We're listening to colonial educators tell us our ancestors are devils, primitive, savage, niggers, and if you're a philosopher, you say, okay, but let's see what the nigger is. Let's see what the devil is. Let's see what these terms that you're giving us, let's really go into them. No emotion, knowledge. Niggers started the church. Here we go. And it's here. Look. This is the African Heritage Dictionary. That's why I picked it out. But this is in every dictionary, every Bible. Every Bible got an Acts 13, you know. So here we are. Okay. Now this is what I want you to read down here. Okay. This is their scholarship on this. Okay, because they had to say something about it too. The racial pluralism of the church at Antioch. That's how they put it. Racial pluralism. Okay, according to Acts 11:26, the city of Antioch in Syria was the first place where the term Christian was used. The first. Do you see the word first place? That's why we're doing philosophy. We only want to know the first. First place where the term Christians was used. Prior to that, those in the church of Jerusalem and the mission field were called either Nazareans or the people of the way. Okay, that's what they was called before the church. They were called people of the way, niggers. People of the way, or Nazareans. Okay? In this passage, we catch a glimpse of the racial and ethnic makeup of the religious leadership within the first Christian church. The first, come on, Christian church, and it is remarkably diverse with full African participation. 2 persons of Africa are included, named Simeon, who is called nigger, a Latinism for the black man, who by the time you can use it specifically, the black man, remember what the black man turned out to be in English language?
Devil.
Okay, the devil. But here in the Bible, it says that they started the church. The niggas started the church. So now, just stop for a minute. Who's lying? Who you gonna believe? The Oxford English says the black man is the devil. The Bible says the black man is God. Who you believe in? Now look here. I'm pausing only to give you a chance to catch up. A Latinism for black man, okay? And Lucius of Cyrene. Remember we saw the Cyrene? Which is in northern Libya. So we know Lucius was black or African, and we know Simeon was African. Now it's my estimation that all these people were African. That's what I think. Barnabas, everybody was African. That's what I think. But we have evidence that Simeon in particular was a nigger. We have evidence. American Heritage Dictionary, nigger. Now we get to the racism. Used as a disparaging term for a black person. And it's the nigger with the 2 G's, but it's from here. See it? It's from, this is how you pronounce it. And by the way, look how they doing you, nigger, and they're giving you this, nigger, because when you look at this word N-I-G-E-R in Africa, like Nigeria, everyone now pronounces this word N-I-G-E-R as Niger. Niger, that's etymologically incorrect. There's no Niger nowhere. That's not even nothing. There's nothing. The word is nigger. But because colonial criminals are so guilty as to what they did to the nigger, they said, oh no, we can't do it. We're not going to say the word no more. It's Niger. It's Niger, y'all. It's Niger. No, it's not Niger. It's nigger. And you need to learn how to say it. Because if you can't say nigger, black or white, if you can't say nigger, they got you. They got you. I'm showing you right here what the knowledge is. You can pick these books up anywhere. And let me tell you this too. It goes even deeper than this. I'm doing an introductory course. If Michelle is so gracious as to let me stay, I will go. We could go way into this. I'm scratching the surface. Come on over here, nigga. Okay, let's just read it real quick. Offensive slang. Okay, it's offensive to say that word. Okay, because that's God. You just saw. They started the church. They started the church, y'all. Now it's an offensive slang. So who's writing this? How can it be that if a holy name started the church, if somebody's calling it offensive slang, whoever is writing it is the devil? Okay, so here we go. Offensive slang used as a disparaging term for a black person. Okay, nigga, for a black person. And here's James Baldwin. You can only be destroyed by believing that you really are what the white world calls a nigga. James Baldwin. Go Baldwin. Used as a disparaging term for a member of any dark-skinned people. Okay, anybody. Used as a disparaging term for a member of any socially, economically, or politically deprived group of people. And they say, look, gun owners are the new niggers.
Oh my God.
Why that ain't on CNN? They got all this debate. They got all this debate on gun ownership. No, get right down to the nigga there. Gun owner. This is a quote the American Heritage Dictionary uses in the term nigga. Now, y'all gotta take this in. Gun owners are the new niggas. So if you said this and say of society, but look at this. If you use this language publicly, you're gonna be called a racist if you're white. You're going to be called ignorant if you're black. You're going to be ostracized to use the name of the first Christian. Do you see what's happening to us? Let's go further. What is a nigger? An alteration of nagger, not Negro. Go further. Negro. A black person. A member of the Negroid race, not in scientific use, Spanish, Portuguese, black person from the Latin, not Spanish, Latin, nigger, see black, okay? Now look here, see neckweed, see that code? Neckweed. Can't even pronounce it, it's not to be pronounced, it's a code, okay? Neckweed, right? See that in the appendix. Negro, a river rising in central Argentina and flowing about okay, a river, negro, grow. And look how he's emphasizing the grow on, okay? That's negroid, okay? This is what they told us to go back to at the back of the dictionary. Take a look. This is what we want down here. That's our word down here. Some people try to equate the word nigger with necros because it was negromancy, and they try to connect necros with black. I'm sorry, necros with death. That's up here. Neck, death. Old form neck, becoming neck. In certain languages meaning death. And then this is what the words that come noxious and all this comes out of this code. These are sounds. They're not even words. They're sounds before they become words. These are more intentions of sounds. And you got to know this in order to know what a word really is. And that's why they put it at the back of the dictionary. Now, this is where they tell you to go. What is a nigger? Night, or negro, night. That's it. Probably from the verbal root neg, to be dark, to be night. Okay? Then they give you all of this, night. Take you all down there, right? This is the American Heritage Dictionary. You can get a copy of this yourself and take a look. Here it is blown up first. Okay? The suffix plain verbal root neg, raw. Negro, nigga, all of this. From the Latin, nigga, black. Okay, nothing here about no Spanish. Okay, Webster, this is how we get the word nigga. Webster, in fact, delighted in controversy and was anything but free from a national yearning to make a sensation. Many of his innovations failed to take root, and in some courses of time he abandoned some himself, such as the dropping of the silent letter of the words head, give, build, and realm. Successive editions of his dictionary show further concessions, but many, like acre for acre and cag for keg, did not begin to disappear until the edition of 1847, issued by other hands after his death. Three of his favorites, chemist for chemist, nigger for Negro. Do you see this? Nigger for Negro. The Spanish were already here from the 1500s calling us negros. We was actually calling ourselves that in Spanish language. Negro, negro. That's what we was calling ourselves. Webster said, nah, I'm not using negro, I'm using negger. Negro and zebra for zebra are incidentally interesting to show as showing changes in American pronunciation. Not English, American. He abandoned zebra in 1828, but remained faithful to chemist and what? Nigger to the last. He ain't giving that up. He said, no, y'all gonna be niggers in America. In American English, y'all. American English. They had a choice to say these people are niggers or Negroes. They chose the degrading term. But this word right here, nigger, in the English language, I want to show you political power. Okay, political. Right here, black man. This is in English language now. A represent in nigga. This is our nigga. Okay, we changed the word completely. Look at our. This is hip hop's nigga. We made this. Okay, that's our word. Okay, right here, a black man. Okay, a representation of American Black English pronunciation of the word nigga. So they tell you right at the top, yes, nigga. But look what they did with it. They say, and this is scholar. This is now Oxford, Cambridge scholarship. This and other forms of nigger have long been used within the African American community and have been recorded in print since the 20s. However, recent usage of nigger and its plural form niggers represents a conscious, politically motivated reclamation by blacks of the term nigger. Recognize. Okay. However, recent usage of nigger and its plural, niggers, represents a conscious. That's the key word. A conscious, politically motivated reclamation by blacks of the term nigger. This term, which has been regarded as typifying offensive and derogatory. Let me read that again. This term, which has been regarded as typifying offensive and derogatory attitudes within the white community, was adopted by the black community as a form of self-assertion, with the aim of reducing the term's derogation. Now look at what it is. They clearly understand how we took the term. They clearly understand. They said, they're not saying this. They took this term and stripped it of all evil and turned it into something they like. Look, a form of self-assertion with the aim of reducing the term's derogation. To reduce, we're not calling ourselves niggas because we're degrading ourselves. We're calling ourselves niggas because we're not niggers. We're not your racist interpretation. Who has the power to define is the true question. If somebody says boy, in the Mende language of Africa, B-O-I is girl. Who defines? Boy is girl. Who defines? Who defines any word? The one with the gun. You ain't gotta go for that. They give you an example. A similar development may be seen in the adoption of the word queer by the gay community. See Queer Nation. And they go into that. They say queer was one time a derogatory word for gay people. Queer is that. The gays took that and ran with it and made it their own. The recent uptake of the term nigger has been given impetus by its use in rap lyrics and within hip-hop culture. And I wanted them to say it. That right there. And it's by adoption as a name by some black groups, notably the Los Angeles trio Niggas with Attitude, NWA. Its use is largely restricted to the black community, and both nigger and nigger remain offensive when used by white people. This is Oxford scholarship, y'all. I'm telling you, this is what they know. This is what they say. Okay? They say, we white people still can't use the word, but we understand what black folk are saying now. Further use of this vernacular respelling of the ER element may be seen in terms such as gangster, in the name of the group Grave Diggers, and in the formulation of brother. Further respelling such as dat for that and the for the are similarly used in affirmation of contemporary black culture. And then they go, this is all this right here. These are just like, quotes, how the word is used, this kind of thing, so on and so on. I like this one down here. Niggas could come to school with them in their pockets and would read them and think, oh my God, it's the fattest shit in the world, because it's exactly what hardcore rap is. It's the lingo, it's the life, it's the whole life we live. And I got that because Brian Cross, it's not about a salary, it's all about reality. So he was quoting me there on that one. American Heritage, go back to it. Now black. I'm gonna breeze through this because I think I made my point here. No, we don't have to be calling ourselves niggers. We don't have to degrade ourselves or our brothers and our sisters. Let's be clear with that. But when we use the word nigger, our elders ain't feeling it. And why should they? They come from a time where that word was used while you were hanging from a tree. So we gotta be sensitive to this. This is scholarship I'm giving you. But if you're in front of somebody who don't know this, you're gonna have to be sensitive to that person's feelings and where they come from. Let me go further here. This is the Venus of Windeldorf, 27,000 years old, the oldest image of the female body, the oldest image of something saved. I want you to, something saved of divinity. Look at the head, okay? Look at that head. This is where I'm gonna end right now. Look at this head. I just want you to sleep on this tonight. You see that? That's the afro, okay? That's the afro in art. Look at that. That's the afro in art, depicted as the woman, the goddess, okay? Women, you are the first gods. This is what we forgot. All women, any woman, okay? You hold the genetic makeup of everything. I'm gonna get into that later next week. We're gonna do a lot next week. Look, that's the head. Look at the head. That's what they're trying to, this is an artist too, okay? This woman right here, look at her hair, okay? Look at her hair. And this is what she makes, okay? She's the original. She's an artist. She makes this. She makes this. She makes this. This. This is her art, okay? This. Look at the comb at the head, okay? This. Now look at him, okay? Look at this thing down here. This is what he making, okay? He's the artist. That's his image. It's him. That's his image. Okay? He'll never make an image of himself. He'll make an image of his personality. Okay? Look at that. Okay? These are scholars. Take a look at it. This is who was robbed. Right here. By the way, these are astronomers. They're studying the sky. Okay? It's thousands of years ago. Okay? They never gave the knowledge up. This is an artist. I want you to see this. See the artist. Okay? See what him drawing. Okay, this is what he's showing. Don't get caught up in the stylized image. These are stylized images because he's trying to tell a story. That's the real of it. That's what the authors of the Bible look like. Okay, look at this. Look at that. That's his art. Look at this. Okay, they're reading it. This dude just wrote the book, and they sit here reading it. Okay, this is how knowledge was passed. Take a look. This is all art, ancient art. Take our home, girl. That's a mummy. That's a mummy from Nefertiti's time. This is what these people really look like. She has straight hair. It's the only mummy we have. She got braids. That's why I got both of them. She the straight hair, she the afro. And the only reason we know it's an afro, not because it's braids, because she braided her hair too. But this is supposed to be kinky hair. I have other research on it. I only have the pictures here, but I'm going to bring the words to you that explain who these people are. This is supposed to be a braided afro. But this is a mummy from Queen Nefertiti's time. That's a mummy. That's an actual mummy. That's a stylized version of her. Okay, don't look at these images and say this is what your people look like. This is stylized images, stylized. Okay, take a look at them. That's the art. Look at their tunic. Look at the dress they're wearing. Notice her bald head. Bald, with hair, some bald, some hair. Okay, these will be the most holy because they shave their heads. Okay, and then look here at the tunic. Okay, that's what it really was. That's the same thing they're wearing. But that's what it is. This is at the Museo Egizio in Turin, Italy. Museo Egizio, the Museum of Egypt in Turin, Italy. Okay? That's what it really is. That's the stylized version. That's art. This is what they really was wearing. Take a look. Musicians. Okay, that's Queen T, the most powerful African woman in African history. I'll get back to her in a minute. That's her sitting on the throne with Amenhotep III. This is called the Colossi of Memnon. The Colossi of Memnon. That's what this is now. Greek name. It has nothing to do with Memnon. That's their Greek god. This is Queen T and Amenhotep III on the throne. That's really what Queen T looked like. Look at this. That's her image. That's Queen T's image. Okay, 2,500 years ago. That's her image. Actually, about 3,500 years ago. That's her image. That's the Black Queen. That's the Queen of Egypt. You'll never see her face. No way. This is the true Queen of Egypt. Okay, that's the true Queen. That's what she would have looked like. Okay. I don't know who he is, but that's his stylized image. Okay, just want to show you that. Here's the real dude. Here's his stylized image. Now imagine somebody looking for this dude in real history. And what you're getting is this. So you run into this and saying, yo, you know, we had these sneakers, we had these pants. I never even owned none of this. This is a cartoon. But when you watch ancient art, that's what you're watching. That's what you're watching. Cartoons. This is the real. This is the cartoon. Okay? Just like this. Okay? Look at it. Okay? Stylized. Stylized. This is Britain. This is early America. This is all of America, and this is all of Britain. Stylized is two women. Okay? Here's America now, years later. This is a famous picture too, by the way. This is America, stylized. Okay? And I want to show you this because when you see stylized images like this, you think it's just a woman floating in the air. No, this is representing America. So when you see one image like her, she represents Africa. The whole thing, like this woman did. It's all poetry, it's art, okay? And look at the hair, look at the hair. This is Kushites. So look at the Kush now, Nubia, okay? Take a look, Kush, take a look, okay? Huh? Huh? Take a look, that's back to this, okay? We over here, take a look at the original, look at the Greek. Look at the original. Look at the Greek. Look at the posture. Look at how our culture, look at where our culture is going through other cultures. Look at, here's the original. Black man seated, dreads in his hair. This is him. Now, the Greek kid. They're doing the same thing. just a different dude. Now the Asians get it, same posture. Look at the hair. See your hair? Asians don't have hair like this. That is a symbol of the African, who the Buddha really was. Take a look at the ears. Only Africa do the ears like that. Only. Others who are doing it are mimicking Africa. Look at the Buddha. Look at the hair. Here's the Nagas again. Here's the Nagas. This is yoga at 3100 BC. Egypt's practicing yoga. Okay, yoga, 3300 BC. Okay, here's the Kushite. Take a look at the hair. The kneeling Buddha. That's the Buddha. Okay, in Africa. Look at the hair. Take a look at the hair. Look. Okay, no Asian look like this. No Asian. Look at the ears on that. Look at the ears here. Look at the hair. I'm gonna hit you in the head. Look at the head. Look at the ears. These are Africans. This is where your culture went. All of us didn't just get on a slave ship and get to America. Some of us went to Asia. And we were celebrated by the Asian people in their art. Look at the hair. That's Lupita. Take a look at the hair. Take a look at her hair. Black Panther, they knew exactly what they would. What put her hair like that? Look at her hair. And look at that hair. Look at her hair. And look at that hair. Same style. Same style. Okay? Taoism. I'm not gonna, let me paraphrase this. You can read it while I talk. Paraphrase it. Basically what this is saying, when you understand that our people originated this, Taoism, the Tao, when you realize that that's who your people, we are the first Buddhists, okay? When you realize that, this explains our attitude towards slavery. Right here, non-action. Do you see this? Non-action. Wu Wei is often compared to the way water yields to everything it flows past. In this way, goals can be achieved effortlessly. I'm going to talk to you about how the African kings defeated their enemies with slavery. African Americans are told that slavery is evil, wrong, bad, because we came here in such horrible times. On the surface, you're right. On the surface, slavery's no joke. There's 50 million slaves in America, in the world today. 50 million slaves. You probably walk past a slave at some time in the week and don't even know it. Slave meaning somebody divested of all rights, working for somebody else. Usually a sex slave too, by the way. They right here in America. And I want to show you about slavery. I want to talk to you about slavery because we have misconceptions about that too. That's your people. You never recognize. That's African. African. I'm going to go over this. Once you understand the Tao, you understand why a person would allow somebody to put a rope around their neck and lead them onto a slave ship. Once you understand the Christ, you'll understand how a person responds to terrorism. Once you understand that you're not going to give up your sense of civilization and your sense of self, you'll realize how a person could get on the slave ship for the sake of their children. You realize that if somebody say, look, one of y'all going to have to get on this slave ship, and the father says, I'll go. Willingly. We're going willingly. Take a look at Lupita. Look at her hair. Look at Teacha. Okay, or Chadwick Boseman. And Lupita. Okay, Lupita Nyong'o. Okay, take a look here now. Same style. This is this. Okay, this is this. Look at the ears. Okay, look at the ears. That's the Buddha. That's the Buddha. And that's a woman. That's the Buddha. That's the real image of the Buddha. Okay? This is who was enlightened. This is who walked into Asia and enlightened everyone. Her. Take a look. That's the stylized image of her. Look at the ears, look at the hair. Look at the ears, look at the hair. And it's certain, look, see it? That's us. That's us. But you're never gonna know that. Look and you say, oh, that's this Asian culture, and keep it moving. Nah, that's you. Look, that's the Buddha. Her. Look at the ears. That's how you know. That's what you, no words, like I told you, you gotta learn how to see your ancestors. They didn't write nothing down. It wasn't about writing down. It was style. That's the original. Look at her. Look at her hairstyle. Do you see the crown on her head? She made her hair a crown. This sister's bad. She know who she is. Okay, look at her ear. You gotta sit there and put that in your ear.
That's the picture, dude, that you showed earlier. And he had it was just like that. The Christian, yeah.
The Christian. Beat that. Matter of fact, slow down on that for a minute. I should have had the picture right next to it. The definition, my brothers referred to when I gave the definition of white man, black man, white man. In the white man definition, I showed the Christian killing the devil.
Yes.
His head was shaved identical to hers. She's the original. Copying our styles and killing our people. Look. Here's the original. Okay, this is me in the site. I'm getting it in. This is me and Snoop. This is the reason I'm going to show you how black culture gets transferred, okay? Now, here's me and Fat Joe in the cipher. Right? See that? Right? Look at the people behind us. Black, Mexican, white, okay? Don't nobody care. Ain't no color here. There ain't no color here. None of this. Okay, this is hip hop. Everybody here. Check out the Kendake. Dude's talking his talk. Okay, Fat Joseph. That's his friend, best friend. This dude right here. Okay, we getting it in. Okay, me and Joe. Yeah. Now, here's Asia. You see what's going on? This is black culture. He's in a battle. He battling another Asian. These two Asians battling. And this battle was brutal. He got the middle finger in his face. Like, you getting this right now. Like, look, okay? But I want to show you this. Here's the original. Here's the original. Okay, this is the original culture. Here now is what happens to African culture. Okay? That's what I wanted to show you before we leave. This is what happens. And they're not dissing the culture either. Don't think they're stealing the culture. No, they're not. They're honoring our culture. Look at them. First of all, look at this. Black culture. Okay? Black culture. Look at the hats, the t-shirts, the camouflage. That's M.O.P. right there. Okay? Look at these dudes. Look at Scully. These dudes are black. All of them. All of them, or should more accurately, these people are hip-hop. This is hip-hop right here. And I'm showing you how culture is passed on through, you know, this is how it is. They're honoring our culture.
They're gravitating towards what is divine.
What? I'm going to stop here. I want to thank y'all for listening to this long lecture.
It's all about black love, black crime, blacks love, blacks shine, blacks cry, blacks march, the black story torn all apart, told to us through slavery, just 10 black leaders so we can see a partial truth, their perspective, the whole black story stays so neglected, untold, unrung, untoyed, unsung, black hoops, black loops, black troops, black roots, black groups, black salute, black stars, black cars, black jokes, black votes, black hope, black's dope.
This is the story of our lives. This
youth, black cause, black flaws, black tours, black laws, black power, blacks cower, black change, black's pain, black pride, black lives, black panther, black answers, black rivals, black survivor, blacks thrive, blacks rise, black fame, blacks change, black solution, evolution, black family, solidarity, blacks reign, off the chain, black trust, black lies, black unity, black scrutiny, black glory, our story. It's all about you and me, and me and you, and how we see our story true to us, not through another's eyes. It's ours. We have to stand and rise. Come good. You and me and you, and how we see our story true to us, not through another's eyes. It's ours. We have to stand and rise. Black behavior, black saviors, black movements, black improvement, black omission, black tradition, black community, black beauty, black friends, black foes, black trends, black froze, black names, black's gain, black skin, black kin, black college, black knowledge, black humility, black civility, black poverty, black sovereignty, black creation, black civilization, black solution, evolution, black family, solidarity, black's reign, off the chain, black glory, our story. This is the story of our lives. This is our story. This is the story of our lives. This is our story. This is the story of our lives. This is our story. This is our story. This is our story. To be continued.